Hello, I'm Andrea Cooper, head gardener at Braxted Park Estate in Essex. I'm going to talk in this video about making compost mixes rather than buying in bags of garden compost from the garden centre, which obviously saves pounds and an awful lot of plastic. I'm going to show you both at work and on a much smaller scale here at home. Picking up the molehill soil from my topsoil pile, which I do on every occasion possible. And we're also extremely lucky at Braxted to make copious amounts of leaf mould from all over the estate. And although it's not tremendously full of nutrients, it's full of worms, soil organisms and bacteria and mycorrhizal fungi, which are incredibly good for plant health. So it gets used as a mulch as much as I've got time for, basically, because we've got so much of it. If you don't have leaf mould available, I found by far the best substitute is sequoia blocks. And so the reasons for really showing you these elements from Braxted Park are just to show where these things are available from and how they're made here, but see that there are alternatives to the home gardener. This is my home compost bin, which is due to be emptied. It was last emptied about 4 or 5 months ago, and the second bin I keep for topsoil, which is at the moment full of upended turfs. I've now emptied the compost bin, the top layer, into a barrow ready to go back in once this has been emptied. It doesn't look a huge amount, but it's surprising how far it goes when it's mixed with the other elements, and it'll also be used for compost tea. All the ingredients for my compost mix are now in the same place, albeit a very tight restricted one. So I should be adding roughly, and it is roughly, 1/3 leaf mould, which is in these bags and buckets down here, to the topsoil and the compost. I've just paused for a second to show you the leaf mould, which I've just sieved very lightly by running it through my fingers just to take out any large objects, but I'm really not too fussy for a general topsoil mix because you know, at the end of the day plants grow past stones in the wild, so they're quite happy to avoid the odd stone in pots. Obviously if I was doing a seed sowing, I'd be slightly more fussy. That would then get sieved and mixed with sharp sand. I've now added half a barrow full of the garden compost into the 2 other elements ready for mixing, and then that's it. That's probably the equivalent of a couple of bags from the garden centre. I've done that in less than an hour, which is considerably less time than it would have taken me to drive there and back again. So pleased with that, and there's going to be lots more where that comes from over the next few weeks. So one of the uses I've made of the mixture so far is seed sowing the first batch of early salads under cover. And I'm now going to use the mixture to pot on these Madonna lilies, which are a little bit pot bound. I can go straight in there. They stem root, so they don't mind being a bit lower. So I can just keep those watered and abandon those the rest of the season, and they'll flower their hearts out. Everything here has at some point been top dressed or repotted in mixtures like this. The selection of compost from the garden centre can be a little bit overwhelming, so by making your own you can make sure that you've definitely got a really decent peat-free mix that can be adjusted for pretty much everything. If you look on the Garden Organic website, they've got all sorts of different mixtures for different purposes. So yeah, I definitely recommend giving it a go, because of all the trials I've done, my own compost mixes have definitely come out the best for all sorts of different uses. Thank you very much for watching.